Court helicopter explainer, where we are dealing with the question of body shaming. We have seen His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, during his campaign trails, attack seriously the body structures of his opponents.
Nyinyi mumekula mpaka tumbo karibu inapasuka. Mumekula mpaka kichwa imevimba na kiburi. Na nataka niwaambie tafadhali endeni muangalie, mjiangalie kwa kioo. Use the mirror. Mwende muangalie vile mmekaa. Kichwa imevimba. Tumbo ndio hiyo karibu inararua mashati. Tafuteni gym kwanza, mwende mufanye exercise kidogo. Na mpunguze kukula chakula mingi.
He has called others that they are fat, others are single, they are not married, others have everything. Equally, the opponents, the opposition has called, demeaned the body and shamed the body of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya.
So umeona vile amekonda? Mpaka masikio inafanya nini? Na bado.
Quite a number of issues arise. Is there a law that allows or protects people from being body shamed? Yes. Body shaming, by definition legally, is when you attack a particular part of a body of a human being who is alive with the intent to humiliate, with the intent to embarrass, with the intent to demean, with the intent to bring the dignity of that person to disrespect. When you look at Article 28 of the Constitution, it talks about the inherent dignity of a human being. That person must be treated with dignity, and one cannot dehumanize another human being against what the Constitution provides for. Equally, when you look at the constitutional provision, discrimination based on any form of any form, creed, religion, and others is a constitutional violation. So when anybody, the opposition, is discriminating the president based on either his ears or his body frame, that is a violation of the Constitution, because they are discriminating the president. When the president discriminates the opposition by talking about whether they are married or not married, whether they have a big stomach or they are not going to the gym, or whether they have done something, that is a serious affront against the values of the Constitution on the right to discrimination. The question is, all this noise is being made from on top of vehicles, campaign vehicles. Can a microphone under the law be termed as a computer implement? Yes, the definition of a computer is any digital or any instrument that can be used to pass a message. It involves a telephone number, it involves a handset, it involves WhatsApp, it involves a computer, and it involves a microphone. So this is what we look at the statutes. What does the statute say? Under the Cybercrime Misuse Act, this one, anybody can go to court and the fine is up to 20 million shillings. That's what they risk if anybody uses that act. The Penal Code also prohibits any form of attack on a human being. What about the civil law? Does this fall under defamation? Yes, it falls under the Defamation Act, and anybody can go to court and say that President Ruto has been defamed. And you know, if you are going for defamation of the president, the opposition are likely to be given a punishment of compensation of up to 200 million shillings and above, because the president's stature is very, very high. What about if the president, if the opposition members go to court and also sue the president for defamation? They will equally gain something. Although the law of defamation allows for justification, that once you are a public figure, then you are not immunized from defamatory talks because of the defense of justification. But then we ask ourselves, what does Article 31 say? The privacy of individuals, the privacy of relationship, the privacy of whoever impregnated anybody is a private arena. The privacy of who has married and who has not married falls under Article 31 of the Constitution, or on what you call their own personal privacy. Then, when we look at the type of discourse that is going on, what does Chapter 6 of the Constitution talk? All these are our leaders. All these are our leaders. And the president is a leader. His cabinet, they are leaders. His deputy, they are leader. The opposition are leaders. They fall under Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya. If anybody moves to court, this will be a ground to stop them from competing, from being enlisted as candidates in 2027. So the president is likely to be barred from contesting, and equally the opposition is likely to be barred from contesting because they have violated Chapter 6 of the Constitution. What is the remedy about it? Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission have been created to deal with this question of body shaming. Body shaming is a ground for removal from office. It can be a ground for impeachment because the message is being passed to the public. What does Chapter 6 say? We must respect the public. The public being the audience that the president is addressing and his cabinet, the public being the audience the opposition leaders are addressing. Therefore, that is a serious violation that can make these people, all our leaders, to be barred from contesting in 2027, or an impeachment process can ensue if these issues. So the question that goes deeper into that, when we attack the verbal attacks, can the verbal attacks be called harassment? Yes, it is a harassment on that issue, because once you attack the president's person, that is an harassment to the head of state. When you attack the opposition leaders, that is an attack on the issue. So the question that Danstan Omari and Kotel Copter are asking, where did we start being rained on? For those ones who were there, in 2007, Kenyans, this type of talk was in the political landscape. What happened? After the election of 2007, there was the post-election violence where Kenyans lost over 1,000 people. Billions of property were demolished. Several people found themselves displaced. We got the IDPs, internally displaced persons. We got about children who did not go to school. So are we likely to have war? Are we likely to have a similar repeat in 2027? Most definitely. What are the constitutional instruments, organs created to deal with this? The national cohesion. This constitutes hate speech. This constitutes hate speech. We have not seen the cohesion that is mandated to deal with the Hate Speech Act. We have not seen the National Police Service under the IG and the DCI take action. We have not seen the EACC take action either The social organs like the church has talked about it. Professional bodies have not talked about it. Court Helicopter is talking about it, that this is taking the country to the edge of a cliff. Wakili Danstan Omari, his advice is, can we tone down? Can we respect each other from both sides of the divide? No side has a monopoly to abuse the other. Body shaming is a serious issue. The people being body shamed have their children, have their wives, have their in-laws, have their spouses, have their husbands. Do we really need to move to this level? I've told you, the law does not allow body shaming. It is a serious offense whether anybody does it. But remember, the president is immunized against any criminal sanctions. But these criminal sanctions only will start, are put on a shelf until he leaves office. Is that the reason why the president's tirade is unchecked? Yes, he knows that. But is it the best way to deal with the situation at hand? No. The opposition can be arrested and be charged. Is this the right thing to do? Wakili Danstan Omari tells you, politics is not a right to abuse and take the citizens' rights to get fair comments for a right. The morality of politics, the ethics of politics does not allow any party to do body shaming of the other party. Our children are getting so worried about the trend the country is going. Keep watching. I hope from now both parties will understand not to engage in body shaming. Thank you very much.